ME 8593 Design of Machinery Elements Unit 3 Temporary and Permanent Joints Third are Fasteners. Hello students, here in this video we will see the topics about locking devices presented by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore 2. Locking devices. The threads used on all screw fastening satisfy the condition of self-locking. The helix angle for metric threads with 6 to 68 mm major diameter varies in range from 3 degree 30 seconds to 1 degree 40 seconds. The helix angle is considerably less than the angle of friction. In addition, there is friction at the bearing surface of the nut and the head of the bolt. Therefore, loosening of the threads between the bolt and the nut should not occur under the normal working condition. Ordinary threaded fastening remains tight under the action of static load. However, many of these fastening become loosened when subjected to cyclic or impact loads. Loosening is due to the reduction of friction force in the threads due to the consecutive expansion and contraction of the bolt resulting from fluctuation of axial load. It is also due to elastic vibration along the axis of the screw. In many applications, vibration are the main cause of loosening of the threads. The locking devices are used to prevent the loosening of threads between the nut and the screw. Locking can be accomplished by the following three methods. One is by creating supplementary friction. Second one is by using special locking devices like split pin, and third one is by plastic deformation. A large number of locking devices are available in the practice. Only some of the are described in this video. Locking devices are jam nut, castle nut, split nut, locking with set screws, locking with spring washer. These 5 locking devices are discussed in this video. The first one is jam nut. The most common method to lock the threads is to use a jam nut. It is second nut as shown in the figure. Here this is the jam nut assembly. The first nut is called main nut. This is the second nut is called a jam nut. It is also called a lock nut. The jam nut also called a jam nut. The procedure of locking of threads consists of the following step. Okay. The first one is the lower nut is first tightened down with a normal force. The first nut is first tightened with a normal force, and second one is the upper nut is tightened down upon the lower nut, and the second nut is tightened, and third one is the upper nut is held with spanner and the lower nut is slacked back against the another spanner. The tightening of lower nut against the surface of upper nut creates additional friction at the contacting interfaces. This force of the friction does not depend on the external force applied to the joint. After the assembly, the upper nut called the jam nut carries the main axial load. The jam node carries the main axial load. The tightening force and friction force in the threads of the lower nut called a main nut are reduced. The joints remains tight because of friction between the surface of two nuts, even when the axial force on the bolt is relieved. And second one is castle nut. The another common method to obtain positive locking of threads is used to castle nut with a split pin. This is shown in figure. This is the castle nut assembly. The castle nut consists of usual hexagonal nut but with an additional of upper cylindrical part. This is the common hexagonal nut with the upper cylindrical part. This is the upper cylindrical part. The cylindrical portion has 6 slots located on the center of face on the hexagonal part. Have the in the cylindrical part have the 6 slot 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 slots have. Due to these slots, castle nut is sometimes called as a slotted nut. A split pin is passed through the diametrically opposite slot in the castle nut and the hole in the bolt. The split pin is passes against the diametrically opposite slot with the bolted hole. Okay, this ensures positive locking unless the pin gets seared. The split pin consists of the wire of semicircular cross section. It is bent over the such a way that its flat sides are in the contact. The split pin has a loops looped head on one side. The two ends at the other side can be separated and bent back over the cylindrical portion of the castle nut. The castle nut is extensively used for the joints that are subjected to vibrations. They are popular in the automobile industry. And third one is split nut. The split nut is shown in figure. This is the split nut. It is similar to ordinary hexagonal nut. This is the similar to ordinary hexagonal nut, but with a socket. Here only one socket is there. That is the difference with ordinary and split nut. A cap screw is provided to tighten or loosen the two parts of the nut separated by the set screw. See, the cap screw is used to tighten the two part of the nut, this nut. Initially, the nut is tightened on the screw and then the slot is opened by means of cap screw. The opening of the slot results in the deformation of the nut and introduce additional friction at the threads. This, this prevents the loosening of the nut. And fourth one is locking with set screws. A positive locking arrangement with the help of set screw is shown in figure. This is the positive locking arrangement with using of set screws. This is the set screws used in the nut and bolt arrangement. Okay. The elastic piece is made up of soft material like copper or lead. Here on elastic piece is used here. See, let's see. This is the elastic piece. The elastic piece is used to prevent the damage to the threads when the set screw is tightened in the nut. It is used to prevent the damage in the nut, sorry, bolt threads. These arrangements result in additional friction between the threads of the bolt and the elastic piece and prevent loosening. And fifth one is locking with spring washer. Locking by spring washer is common method to prevent the loosening of threads. The washer, the spring washer consists of ring made of hardened steel with a cut. The ring made of hardened steel with a cut. See, let's see the cut. This is the spring washer. The end of the washer at the cut are slightly separated to provide the soft teeth. It is the cut is slightly separated. The edge of the cut is like a teeth, is sharpened. During tightening, the spring washer is compressed and it is teeth bites into the connecting surface of the nut on one side and base on the other side. See, let's see the spring washer while tightening it is compressed and biting the nut on one side and biting the surface of the component at other side. Okay. Thus the nut gets fixed in the base. The the action of the spring washer is more effective when the conducting surface for soft material. Conducting surface for soft material. The cut in the spring washer has left hand inclination for right hand threads and right hand inclination for left hand threads. Okay, thank you students.